Hey, what's up, John? Oh man, we got a good one today. You like this little AI art I did here of Kamillary? I don't know, try to come up with a name. You combine the two. That was the best I could come up with, but if you got something better, let me know in the comments. Oh man, crazy times we're living in. I don't even think this is starting. But I'm going to talk about the Kamala Hillary connection. I'm going to get into that today and, talk about some of the events of today and what happened over the weekend. But, and I want to stress that this idea that I'm talking about today is not something that I'm hearing elsewhere in the media, which is always kind of strikes me as odd. But anyway, I guess let's get into it because we got a couple people here in the chat. So yeah, let's just get to it. Well, that's right. Buckle up, because today we're talking about the 2024 election. And spoiler alert, it feels like we're stuck in a political time loop. It's like a bad sequel that nobody else asked for. Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump, the rematch. But wait, Tom, Hillary's not running. Or is she? Because it looks a lot like Kamala Harris is channeling her inner Hillary, like some kind of political seance. Now, you got to admit the signs are all there. Remember when Kamala ran in 2020 and suddenly Hillary's old campaign staff, they showed up like they'd been teleported from 2016. It's like they all left a Hillary Clinton party and decided, hey, let's just stay together and run Kamala's campaign. You can't make this stuff up. Those people went from Clinton HQ to Harris HQ so fast, they probably didn't even have time to change their Facebook status. No. And the endorsements, governors lining up on the Kamala bandwagon faster than a Black Friday sale. Pritzker, Whitmer, Moore, Bashir, they're all in. And it looks like they got the memo from Hillary saying, you better support Kamala or I'll start forwarding your embarrassing emails. I mean, Kamala even has Gavin Newsom and Pete Buttigieg endorsing her. Pete's probably thinking, well, at least if I endorse Kamala, I might get a cool new transportation project named after me. How about Biden stepping aside and giving Kamala the nod? It's like a bizarre political game of musical chairs. Biden's like, Kamala, you take this seat. I'm going to sit this one out and eat my ice cream. Kamala's all smiles, probably thinking, thanks, Joe. By the way, Hillary told me to say you're the best. Every time Kamala speaks, it's like Hillary's ghost is hovering behind her, mouthing the words. Kamala talks healthcare. You can almost see Hillary mouthing along like a proud stage mom at a spelling bee. It's like Kamala's got an invisible earpiece with Hillary feeding her lines, cackles and all. And you know what's even funnier? Trump's going to debate Kamala, but in his mind, he's still debating Hillary. He'll be up there going off on about crooked Hillary. And Kamala will be like, hey, I'm right here. Eyes on me. That's going to be like watching someone argue with a ghost. Kamala's policy positions, they're like greatest hits of Hillary's career. Criminal justice reform, healthcare, women's rights, you name it. Kamala's on it, and you can almost hear Hillary whispering, that's my girl. It's like Hillary's political spirit animal has taken over Kamala's body. And let's not forget about running mate speculation. Roy Cooper, Andy Bashir are both getting the call. Roy, Andy, you in? Great. Let's save democracy and, more importantly, make sure Hillary's proud. So here we are, folks. It's the 2024 election, where the more things change, the more they stay the same. It's like the Democratic Party is stuck in a political version of Groundhog Day. But hey, at least we got the plot. Hillary by proxy versus Trump. Get your popcorn ready, because this show has barely begun. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show, the least watched, censored commentary news show live right now. Flame on. You know, you think you hit a button, but the button doesn't seem to trigger. Anyway, we're talking about Kamillary. Kamillary, Kamala and Hillary. They are the same. Kamala is a proxy for Hillary Clinton. I have said this for years. In fact, I talked about it back when Kamala was running the first time. You know, as far as I know, I'm still the only person that's done a video book review of Kamala's book. The fact that that's the case kind of tells you how interesting America thinks about Kamala. The fact that it's the only video book review, it's like nobody cares, right? But that doesn't stop Hillary from, she's really latched on to Kamala. And I want to talk about some of the reasons for this. Okay, so now, do I have definite proof for any of this? No, this is all circumstantial evidence, right? But it's just suggesting that Hillary Clinton may be using Kamala Harris as a proxy. That's what I think, and here's some of the reasons why. First up, they do have the same campaign staff. So most of the key members of Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign team joined Kamala Harris's 2020 campaign. This includes high-profile figures like Lily Adams and Angelique Cannon, who brought their expertise and strategies from Clinton's campaign to Harris's team because they worked the first time, right? And endorsements and public support. So Clinton has publicly endorsed Harris, actually was like the first one to do it, and has spoken highly of her. This support can be seen as indicative of Clinton's influence and approval. During the 2020 Democrat primary, Harris received endorsements from prominent Democrats who also supported Clinton in 2016, and it kind of suggests, if you're into Venn diagrams, insert your own cackle, a continued alignment of political networks. Something else that might be evidence that Kamala is just a proxy for Clinton is they share pretty much the exact same views on all the key issues such as healthcare, women's rights, criminal justice reform. And it looks like this alignment could indicate a continuation of Clinton's policy agenda through Harris. Okay. They both had, swift rises. It looks like the rapid consolidation of support around her after Biden's decision to step aside could suggest a well-orchestrated strategy, which is exactly what Hillary Clinton would do, right? Okay. How about Biden's endorsement and transition? Biden endorsing Harris as his successor and encouraging party unity behind her could be seen as a broader strategy involving Clinton's influence, especially given Clinton's endorsement of Biden in 2020 and their close political ties. Now, I've always said that when they were coming up with a candidate in 2020, that Biden was a proxy for Obama and Kamala was a proxy for Clinton. And they ran the primary. Kamala was not doing very well, so they just teamed her up with the Obama proxy being Biden. And that's how Biden and Obama are sharing power. That's how they've been sharing power over Biden's presidency, because clearly he hasn't been deciding what's going on, right? I mean, that's pretty clear to everyone that he's just been a puppet for both of them. Now, the media sometimes draws parallels between Harris and Clinton because they got a lot of similar background, political trajectories. Um, maybe. But Harris's campaign messaging is nearly identical to Clinton's. So, like I say, most of the campaign staff, it's the same. Messaging, it's the same. Strategies, the same. All of Harris's messaging is just redone Hillary Clinton messaging. It's all the exact same rhetoric from 2016 when Hillary ran. This includes focus on unity, progressive values, addressing systemic inequities, all these things. Now, despite not holding office, Hillary Clinton remains a significant figure in the Democrat Party, and her connections could be leveraged to support Harris's political career and policy goals. So, also, guess what? They appear together at various events and initiatives promoting shared values, policy goals. These joint appearances reinforce the perception of a close political alliance. And then, if you want some further evidence of this, look at the network of donors, strategists, and political allies that supported Clinton in 2016 are also the same ones that show strong support for Harris. This is an overlapping network. It suggests a continuity of political backing. So that's what I'm claiming, that Kamillary is the proxy candidate. Kamala is just a puppet for Hillary Clinton. Hillary knows that she can't do it with herself, so she got someone with an equally bad cackle, which is what Kamala has, as Hillary. We always thought Hillary's laugh was bad, right? We all thought Hillary's laugh was, kind of not very appealing, right? So Hillary actually found someone with a worse laugh. It's funny, I know, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? But I don't know who is more repulsive. Is it Hillary or is it Kamala? I don't know. I don't know. And the reason that I don't know is because they're the same. Right? They're the same person. Or at least that's what I'm claiming. That's my big claim today. So yeah, this is going to be real interesting. Real interesting. You say this is going to be interesting, or it'll be interesting, when you don't know what's going to happen. Just notice that. If you're watching a show, you're listening to a podcast, and someone says, well, it's going to be interesting, it means they don't know. And I, too, don't know what's going to happen. But it's going to be interesting. But I've said for years that Kamala is the proxy for Hillary, and now looks like Hillary is finally going to get a chance to run things. Of course, I don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? Who knows? Anyone that thinks that this entire election is over, it's only just begun. We've got over 100 days for this to happen. So, yeah, this is going to get wild. And like I say, I think this is only just starting. It's only just starting. Well, I guess that's about all I have. I will go through the comments and chat about some other stuff in the after show. First, I wanted to show you, though. I did get my dad hat. That's what they call this. And I kind of have a big head, so it's I had to open it up all the way. That's a But anyway, this is my Rumble hat. It's got the Rumble across the top there, and on the side here we got the little play button on the green triangle, which is the symbol of a Rumble. Now, when I look at it, it's not. To be fair, it's probably seems a little small for my head. But what are you going to do? You can't try it on before you order it. Anyway, I did get it in the mail. I wanted to show that to you, and you can get yours as well. And There was a code in previous videos that I talked about, the discount code for any Rumble merch. Did you watch or did you happen to listen to the director of the Secret Service this morning? I had that on, and boy, that was as bad as I thought it was going to be. We really didn't find out anything at all. And I don't know, I was kind of disappointed in a lot of the Congress people, because I felt that she was tripped up and they didn't recognize it. There was some times you really could have jumped in and had a gotcha and say, "Ah, wait a minute, you just said this," and they didn't. So that was, I don't know, when you're watching at home and you feel like you could do better, I don't know, it just kind of tells me that a lot of Washington is not, they're not that impressive. Not that impressive. Of course, maybe we're only great in our own mind. That's also a possibility. Yeah, but I'll probably have more to say about that after I'm able to watch the whole thing. I watched some of it as I was preparing for the show today. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is I don't have a whole lot to say about the Bang Bang a week ago. It's all speculation, right? So what I did want to talk about, and also, has anybody seen Joe? It's amazing that he dropped out of the campaign, did so by a letter that clearly he didn't sign, on unofficial stationery. I guess that's not the biggest deal. No photographs of him doing that, no video of him doing that, and nobody's seen him. Makes you go, but I don't want to promote any conspiracy theories, not at all. Like, but also, I learned that he's going to be making no appearances this week. That's also very odd. That's also very, very odd. If he were the head of my party, I wouldn't stand for that. I would expect him to make some kind of public appearance to address it. And the fact that there's no public address planned, that's very odd, to say the least. Yeah. Anyway, but so yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about that. The thing a week ago, we're still learning things. There's still a lot that's unknown. But what I do know is that Kamala is Hillary's choice. And I would like to hear that elsewhere out in the universe. I'd like to hear somebody else say that, because I don't think that I'm the only one, the only person that is aware of this. You know, I think people should be aware of it. So, and I wonder if they're actually going to start pushing that. I can see someone like Vivek or whatever just commenting, because they're both divisive. Hillary and Kamala, they're both divisive characters, and you really should link them. I think that would be good strategy for Republicans if they want to discount that run. By the way, I do want to say, now I have heard someone just yesterday, I think, was making the claim that by mispronouncing Kamala Harris's name, it's racist or some kind of racist attack. No, a lot of Democrats mispronounce her name as well. And so if you're going to jump into somebody's head and say, oh, a Republican is racist because they mispronounce her name, then you would have to say the same thing for all of the Democrats that mispronounce her name. And if you're not prepared to do that, stop mind reading. You can't read minds, okay? I believe that it is better form to try to pronounce someone's name correctly. Now, if they're a barista, I don't want to take my, I don't, if I'm there one time, no, I don't care, right? But if it's my regular barista and I go to them every single day, I can learn how to say their name. In the same way, if someone's the vice president of the United States, you can learn to say the name. It's Kamala. It's not hard. Just think comma, right? Comma. Rhymes with mamala, right? You wouldn't say mamala. No. It's mamala, right? That's the big nickname or whatever that was on the that we've seen. Mamala, Kamala. It's Kamala, like comma. It's not hard. And to be respectful, you should say it that way, unless you're trying to be a jerk. Now, if you're trying to be a jerk, yeah, mispronounce it. Okay. Now, we all thought that her name was Kamala, right? Because there was a wrestler in the 80s named Kamala, the Ugandan giant. And fun fact, everyone, the professional wrestler who played Kamala, yeah, who played Kamala, the Ugandan giant, his last name was also Harris. That's kind of a weird coincidence there. But yeah, her name's Kamala. Just learn how to say it. It's not hard. Kamala. And it does bother me when people mispronounce it. It's kind of a jerk move. And you can learn it. I'm not saying you need to learn it for every single person in your life, but if it's the vice president of the United States, just learn their damn name, okay? In the same way, when you come to Portland and you're giving a talk, this is something that rock and roll singers learn all the time. When you get to a show, you say, okay, hey, how do you say the local, what's the city? How do you say it here? Oh, what's the state? How do you say it here? Right? When you come to Portland and you say, welcome, I'm in Portland, Oregon, or Oregon, you're going to get boos because that's not how you say the name of the state. The state is Oregon. And you can remember that with, I took them, did you kill them with a knife or a gun? Right? So it's Oregon. That's how you say the name of the state. And if you come to the state, especially if you're a politician, you better learn how to say the name of the state correctly. If you've got a national show and you're doing the news, learn the states. Learn how to say the names of the states. It is actually infuriating to me that there are so many commentators that will mispronounce states all the time and mispronounce people's names. Honestly, if you can't get that, you probably shouldn't be doing that job. That's my opinion. This is meritocracy, right? You should not be in broadcasting if you cannot learn how to pronounce things. I will make mistakes occasionally, but I don't get paid to do this. I'm doing this for fun. Clearly, you can tell by the numbers. Anyway, that's about all I have. I'm going to get to your comments in the after show. Hope you all have a good one. We'll see you next time. Peace. Yes, here we are. And as a reminder, there we go. We'll just do that. What's up, John? Hey, by the way, John, if you can maybe post on Discord just a link to the invite to Discord. I want to put a new link to the Discord in the description, and I don't have it anymore. I can't find it. So on Discord, I logged in earlier today. I want to get back to trying using that. So if you could post me a new link to the invite to Discord, I would appreciate that. So thanks a lot. Nice hat. Yeah, I think the hat's okay. One of the problems is I got a big head, and I think it looks like a little kid's hat, you know. But what are you going to do? one time back in the day, I went to get a bunch of people. We all went to get cowboy hats. And we were joking about the size of cowboy hats, and it turns out I got the biggest cowboy hat in the group. It is frustrating when you've got like just a large diameter head, because a lot of hats don't really work. The ones with the little snaps on the back, the little thing. Often for me, it's on the very last little ding thing there. So it makes it, I don't know. It'd be nice if they could make another size, but what are you going to do? They just did the congressional hearing for the Secret Service director. Yeah, I had that on this morning. I didn't watch the whole thing. I was able to watch a little bit of it, and I went for a walk, and then I was preparing the show. But I was able to catch a couple. I probably caught a half hour of it. I got to see, I can't remember, was it Nancy Mace who was cursing, saying that's bullshit? That was kind of fun, but very unimpressed. But I have said that the director there's a payoff, right? No one would do that. No one would go and subject themselves to that unless they were getting something somewhere else. That's all I'm saying, right? Because it's clear she's going to lose her job. I mean, that's clear she's not going to lose her job. So why would you risk perjury and all of these things and embarrass yourself so much unless you were getting some kind of payday from someone? That's all just speculation. They'll be coming for the pew-pews again. I don't know. Hillary is a nobody to Gen Z. Yes, that's why Hillary cannot run anymore. Hillary knows she's too old. There was all the speculation that Hillary was going to be the one that they chose to run. And I knew that wasn't the case, because Hillary has invested too much into Kamala Harris. And that's why we've got Kamillary, yeah. Democrats use language to separate everyone because it's easier to conquer when they're divided. Indeed it is. Divide and conquer. That is the name of the game. Anyway, looks like that's it. Nice to see everyone. Lucid, Airy Fairy, John, everybody in the chat. So thanks for checking in today. That's all I have. That's all I have prepared. But I hope you all go on and have a glorious day. I will see you next time. Until then, peace.